Line up, you f***ing nerds. Who wants a shot at the champ?
They bring the heat.
Francis Ngannou is the hardest puncher in the history of fighting.
They bring the knowledge.
If you think this fight is going 5 rounds, you are out of your mind.
They bring you the picks.
The dog is getting it done in this one.
We deliver every single week. We're bringing the heat, ladies and gentlemen.
The Moneyline.
Don't miss it on the MMA Experts channel each week. The Money Line. We are live. We're talking UFC 297. I am AJ, joined as always by my guy, Mike Finch. What's up, bro?
I'm good, my friend. Just hanging out here in Huntington Beach. You know, Huntington Beach has been a little on the chillier side this week.
Yeah.
Sorry for you folks who have like negative temperatures. I see everybody in Chicago freezing their ass off, having to shovel their way out. We don't have those type of problems, but me and AJ are sitting pretty in California and in Florida. And apparently, AJ, you just started this stream right after the football game ended. So perfect job. And, you know, as usual, we're killing it.
We're killing it, Mike. I think that this 11 p.m. time is beautiful. I honestly love it. You know, I'm a night owl. I don't mind at all. It gives me extra time to fucking chop up the graphics. I don't have to rush to do them. I'm all in for the late nights, man. I like it late because football being on, it's nice to be after all that. You got the West Coasters always tuning in, and you got the night owls who are on the East Coast chopping it up with the 11 o'clock show, bro. It's like Midnight Madness MMA towards the main event. What's better than that?
Nothing's better than that, folks. Thank you for joining us as usual. Grimy, what's up, AJ and Finch, you effing degenerates? What's up, Grimy?
What's up,
Grimy,
baby?
that's a degenerate name, bro. Come on, AJ and Mike. That's not
Yes.
degenerate, but Grimy, you're a degenerate, Grimy. What's up? Joe Dirt, good to see you. Bud Rich, good to see you. Paku, good to see you. Let's roll, boys.
Paku, just to answer your question about members. Yeah, I'm going to start a members only live stream Thursday after the late night live. So if you want to be a member, it's linked in the description. It's not the betting based members, though. I want to let you guys know right there. It's not me selling picks or anything like that. I'm doing a live stream Thursday, me after my usual live with the members only. I'm planning on occasionally bringing in some of the live viewers to chop it up with me about all things MMA, ask questions, whatever. It'll just be a good time to get like a more personal experience. And that's what the members is looking like. We'll mold it as we go. It's very flat, bare bones right now, but I just had to start it eventually because we're going live every day.
That's awesome, AJ. Definitely follow AJ over there. I love that you're getting that started. AJ's doubling down for you guys. He's going more content, and that's fantastic. So I love the community, and let's get it, man. That's awesome that you're starting that for everybody. Let's go. Hey, thank you,
brother.
Paku.
We appreciate you, bro.
Let's go, man. I'm looking at Ben, AJ, Finchman, DDP. It's not what you think, folks.
Plus money.
It's Drickus du Plessis, okay? At plus money? Come on, man. How can you ask for anything more? Stick around, Ben. We'll talk about that main event.
Stick around. Listen, we'll get some main event savagery coming, bro. I'm excited as hell to chop it up with you, Finch, man.
Really quick, last week, did Andre Arlovski not do a pretty good job? That was a pretty good fight. I want to say, when I was watching that fight, I was thinking, you know what? How dare I disrespect this man? Andre Arlovski has still got it. He's still in there competitive. And so I just wanted to say big respect to the Pitbull because I saw him in person and I got to interview him. It's on my YouTube channel at Mike Finch. And when I was talking to him, I asked him a steroids question and I could tell he hated that. And I learned from that experience. It was many years ago at this point. I was like, man, I pissed off the Pitbull with that steroids question. I probably should keep those to myself. And now here I am shitting on him on this last episode. I'm saying he's going to get knocked out. And, you know, he takes it all three in a competitive fight. So respect to the legend. Yeah, big respect to him. What was the question that you asked him, Finch? I asked him something about steroids. What did I say? Bro, this was 7 years ago, man. Okay, I mean, Andre Arlovski's been in the UFC since I was in like middle school. So Andre Arlovski's an OG. I don't remember AJ. I just remember the look on his face and me thinking that I was a little less safe than I was before I asked that question. That's funny, man. Arlovski doesn't fuck around, bro. At Karate Combat, he was in the crowd and like somebody turned the camera to him and he fucking jabbed the camera and dropped it. That sounds like the pit bull. I don't know if
Yeah.
you heard Jorge Masvidal explain who he was, but he said, how did he define Andre Arlovski? He said, that's an old what? It's an old is an old lion. That's right. That's an old lion. You don't poke that lion, man.
No. Dude, listen, Waldo was taunting him and shit. It was an intense fight. Waldo, he got it by a this much. Like, I think Arlovski has been on the wrong side of a decision maybe here. Like, could have gone either way, but you could have gave it to him. He's also been on the right side of, decisions that probably should have went the other way. So eventually, it catches up to you and he kind of lost. But you know what? The card did deliver. I thought it was really good action throughout. Obviously, we'll talk the main event and just, breeze over it. Like, Ankalaev, in my opinion, has put himself in a top-tier contender spot. The problem is marketability, sellability, and the fact that Jamal Hill versus Alex Pereira is a massive UFC fight. And the UFC is a business nonetheless, and they're not going to risk Alex Pereira against Magomed Ankalaev, who is extremely good. Ankalaev said that he would not look to wrestle Alex Pereira. The reason I find that rather hard to believe is the fact that Alex Pereira has amazing leg kicks, and Ankalaev got chopped up by Jan. So I would assume that Pereira would have a lot of success ripping at the legs, and that's something I think he'd go towards. So if I'm Ankalaev, I'm not just trying to stand and strike. But on Twitter, Ankalaev said he'd just strike with Pereira. He said, Glover, don't worry about your student learning grappling. I'm going to strike with him. If he did go and do that, though, holy shit, I think Ankalaev would earn a lot of fans, though, from that. Like, if he decided to do like a Wonder Boy Holland agreement, but when he gets chinned from it, it wouldn't be a good idea. So stick to your game plan.
Yeah, exactly. You hit the nail on the head there. GDMMA, one of the best Apex event I can remember at recent times. That's funny, and it's interesting to hear AJ say this, because do you guys remember AJ's tone about Ankalaev heading into he's so boring, this and that, right? Ankalaev, it'd be so bad if he won. What is he going to do, knock him out? Yes, AJ, he was exciting. Are we going to hear Ankalaev is not the most boring fighter now?
I never said he was boring physically. I just said, like, personality-wise, he doesn't really connect with fans.
You didn't mean that his fight style was boring?
No. I never meant that. And if that came across as that, I never meant that. What I meant is I feel like he's hard to sell because even though he does not speak English, that's not my issue. It's the fact that he doesn't really, like, when I'm talking to you guys, like, I'm looking at the screen, I'm looking at Mike, I'm into it. When he's answering questions, a lot of times it's more he's just answering the translator, but not talking to the audience watching. Like, that was my issue. Like, he'll do the interview, he'll say, yes, I won the fight, I think I'm the best in the world, and it's like monotone, and he's not looking at anybody. So I think it's hard to sell. Mike Finch taps out Ian Machado Gary. Big W, Nacio Barone. Shout out to him.
Bring it, Ian. Bring it. All right. I was trying to think of a good joke around that. There's a lot of good Ian Machado Gary jokes on the internet right about now, aren't there?
There are.
Isn't there some good Ian Machado Gary content?
There is.
It was Chael Sonnen posted a picture on his Instagram where somebody was like standing in the back.
Yeah.
And oh man, I'm not gonna pull it up. But essentially a third party to Ian Machado Gary's sex life joke was the top comment. It just keeps on, the hits just keep on coming for Ian Machado Gary. The guy cannot get hit enough. It's going to be interesting to see where his head's at when he does come back, because he tried to, and I think the pressure was a lot for him, man.
It fucked with his head a lot. Also, I have to bring up Cannabis Connoisseurs, who before we went live, actually, I saw that he became a member. So shout out to him as well, man.
You. Shout out.
Let's
go. Let's go.
Thank you. You guys put me to work, man. I'm working like a fucking savage now. I told Finch he motivated me when he's managing that fucking gym now.
I'm in there hustling, AJ. I'm lighter than I've been. I'm in the 170s right now.
Nice.
I'm not usually in the 170s, bro. I'm definitely a 190 pounder, you know?
Yeah. Good. What do you have to weigh for the grappling tournament?
169 pounds.
Okay. Yeah, that's perfect. So you'll easily hit that now.
10 pounds. I'm like 179, 178. Yeah,
Beautiful.
No problem. You see how much fighters cut, you know? So I tell people,
10?
I got to weigh, you know, I'm 185 right now. I got to be 169. They're like, how are you going to do that in 2 weeks? I'm like, I'm an MMA fan. I'm an MMA analyst, you know?
Right.
How much weight do these guys cut?
40 pounds.
Yeah, mine's going to be easy. This is easy work.
No, it's going to be a money move for you, bro. And the tournament takes place when exactly?
Tournament takes place on Saturday, ADCC Long Beach. A lot of the best grapplers in the world will be out there competing on Saturday. A lot of the best grapplers in the world will be out there competing. It's going to be freaking awesome, man. Got my buddy Ezra competing. Got my guy Noah Chen competing. Shout out to them. I'm sure, all the stars will be out there. I'm sure Andre Galvao will be in the house. Maybe we'll see Gordon and John Danaher. Maybe I'll get them on my show. I actually just saw that Sean Strickland was training with Johnny Eblin. I'm like, should we have Johnny Eblin on Moneyline tonight?
That would have been
it was short notice. I didn't hit him up, but those are the type of contacts we got, folks.
I know we do. It didn't even cross my mind until you just said it. Shit, you're right. You could have dropped some inside info.
He was training with Chris Curtis too.
And Chris is on the card, bro. Yeah,
maybe we'll throw him up on Mike Finch's show. Check my channel.
I think you should. You should, bro. Mike, I got to ask you this. Is it televised anywhere, the grappling match?
No.
Okay. I didn't know if maybe it's on YouTube or something.
Yeah, sometimes they do like those online streams. So you guys could follow me at Mike Finch MMA. If it is, it'll definitely be up there on my story.
Guys, make sure you follow Mike. He's got a big grappling match coming up this weekend. Let's fucking go. Joe Dirt, to become a member, you hit the link in the description, my friend. Link in the description. Listen, Mike, this main event, Ankalaev bursted his ticket into like top contender status. He's next in line after Jamal Hill, and I think that he's legit. Johnny Walker proves, though, like he's not a slouch. He's a top 7 guy. He can compete with a lot of the best light heavyweights in the world with his frame. It's just Ankalaev might be the best light heavyweight, and it's just he doesn't have the belt right now. Like it's I don't know. I think Ankalaev is the favorite against Alex Pereira. We'll see how the Hill Pereira fight plays out, and then we'll find out what's next for Ankalaev, because I definitely think this summer he could be getting a fight for the belt.
Yeah, Ankalaev is a real problem, man. I mean, we knew it before the fight, but I mean, geez, what a performance he put on. Excellent KO of Johnny Walker. Sky's the limit for him. He might be the best light heavyweight in the UFC. It'll be interesting to see. I'll tell you what, if it's Ankalaev versus Alex Pereira, I'd be a little worried for the striker. Sorry that it's off topic, but Eric Tapia. Yo, Finch, what do you think of Cole from Art of Jiu-Jitsu? Cole Abate is a phenom. Cole Abate, AJ, there's this 18-year-old kid.
Yeah.
I take his class every single morning at 9 a.m. because this kid is just one of one in the world of jiu-jitsu. He was the world champion at each belt level, won the brown belt IBJJF world championships at 18 years old, got his black belt a couple months ago, and now he'll be on to beat all these black belts. He's defeated guys from B Team, Craig Jones, black belt, Damian, I'm forgetting his last name now, something with an N. Cole Abate is on fire. This kid's only 18 years old, and I guarantee you he will be an ADCC gold medalist. He will be an IBJJF black belt gold medalist. Super world class and awesome to train with. Yeah, I see Cole every morning, bro.
That's sick, bro. Shit. That's sick. He's an absolute young stud on the come up, man.
I want him to do MMA. He's not a wrestler.
Yeah.
And, he hasn't trained striking, so it's a little late in the game to start training striking. But, I mean, you should see him grapple. It is technical, doesn't quite describe it. Art of Jiu-Jitsu, it's about, like, not just high level technique, but also a sort of artistic expression of the human body. My goodness, do you see that with Cole Abate's game? Always fighting for submissions. He'll be disappointed if he does not submit his opponent. And in the training room, really cool to watch him roll. So Cole Abate, a phenom. Look out for him.
Let's go. Gonna have to fucking check him out. Got to look at some highlights or something.
There's some nasty back takes on YouTube. Cole Abate, Abate.
All right, I'll check him out. Finch, we got to also talk co-main event. Jim Miller booked this ticket to UFC 300 and also cashed the lock of the week for both of us. We doubled down on Jim Miller. He was our lock. We felt that he was a great call, and he came to fruition. I hope you guys cashed on that fucking play. And holy shit,
that was our lock, bro. We both locked it, yeah?
Yeah, both locked it, bro. Double down locks.
Knuckles, dog. Bah!
Good shit.
Jim Miller. We knew he had to be at 300.
Yeah.
Next lock, all right? Jim Miller's going to fight at 300. Lock.
That's a real lock. I'm excited as fuck for that too, man. Listen, the Vegas card was solid, man. Are there any other fights you want to quickly touch on? Simone lost to Batista. That was a impressive performance by Batista. Shit.
I felt like Simone let him off the hook.
Yeah.
And I'm copying that old, the Chicago Bears. We knew they are what we thought they were. and we let him off the hook. He let him off the hook, man. He should have kept shooting. He needed a little bit more Marab in his game. Shoot again, my friend. He did not play his game. He played Batista's game. That's why he lost that close decision. Yeah. What are you gonna do? He's gonna live and learn. He's young. He's strong. He'll be back. Great job by Batista. Batista's like, I got my ass beat in training from getting ready for this fight, and it was such an honest. I'm not directly quoting him there, but it's such an honest take from him. So cool to see Batista get the dub. What can we say, man? Simone will be back. Let's talk this card, AJ.
Let's do this card. That's what I want to do, guys. We're gonna start it off. Make sure you all smash that like button. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Moneyline Mondays, every single Monday before the fights at 11 p.m. Eastern time. All right. We got Malcolm Gordon versus Jimmy Flick to start off the card. Right here, we have a battle of two guys whose jobs are certainly on the line. I'd say they're bottom of the barrel flyweights. I'm picking Jimmy Flick because I think it's a coin flip fight. I've picked against both of these guys very consistently as of recent. Jimmy Flick, though, when he beat Cody Jourdain before his, temporary retirement, I actually was picking him in that fight, and he came through, and he was a bit of a dog. That was an impressive fucking win for him. Took a break, came back. Charles Johnson beat him, and then also Costa beat him. Two heavy-handed guys. Malcolm Gordon is not a great striker. He specializes more so in the grappling. Jimmy Flick still got good jiu-jitsu. Gordon's not going to have a lot of power to threaten Flick in the striking. I'm going to pick Jimmy Flick to pull this off as an upset.
Total coin flip fight for me, guys. I would not bet on this fight personally. Malcolm Gordon was my initial thought just because Jimmy Flick's been getting slept. But, if you look at it, Malcolm Gordon's tapped out a couple times in the UFC. Muhammad Makayev with the arm bar. He also got triangled by Amir Albazi. Is Jimmy Flick Muhammad Makayev or Amir Albazi? No, obviously. Careful. But Jimmy Flick's better than him at jiu-jitsu. I could imagine Jimmy Flick catching him in something after having some trouble on the feet. Not the best spot in Jimmy Flick's career. His job probably is on the line. You guys remember when he took a break from fighting? Well, he's fighting right now, so he's got to know this is a must-win fight. I think he'll catch a neck. Jimmy Flick, maybe like a guillotine or a rear naked. Not a fight I'm running to the box office for.
No, yeah, I think betting-wise, you're playing with fire essentially here because they're not top caliber guys. They both could easily lose this fight. Flick is a dog at plus 130. Interesting to see him as this large of an underdog. The line initially at open had pretty much even status, minus 101 for Jimmy Flick. Now he's plus 130. So betting-wise, it is definitely a coin flip. Odds-wise, it's better than a 50-50, and we are picking it, but it's not one of my most confident calls on the card. It's more of a, Malcolm Gordon's not that great. Jimmy Flick's okay. He could catch him in a sub, so we're riding that side.
We're riding that side, folks. It's not a fight to bet on. Just enjoy it.
Yeah, I agree. Let's keep running up. Next fight on the card, we got Jasudavicius versus Priscilla Cachoeira. Okay, so this fight here, to me, it seems black and white. It's Jasudavicius out-grappling the striker and probably wearing her down enough so to catch a sub. I know Jasudavicius only has one win by submission, but she is a wrestling-based grappler. She is going to be putting a lot of pressure on Cachoeira, and I think it's possible she subs her up. Miranda Maverick just subbed Cachoeira. Jasudavicius recently beat Miranda Maverick, and she was a big dog in that fight. I think Jasudavicius by submission makes a lot of sense. Now, Cachoeira's win over Ariane Lipski has aged so well because Lipski just beat Casey O'Neill, who's ranked, but don't think that she's going to drop hands on Jasudavicius. I'm riding with Jasudavicius, bro.
Jasudavicius all day. When I saw her fight Miranda Maverick, I said, damn, she is a whole other level than we realized, and Priscilla Cachoeira should start to decline here. So Jasudavicius all day. I do think she shows out in Canada.
I think she shows out at home, too. I think she's a quality pick. Now, betting-wise, the odds are rather wide towards her. She is sitting at minus 360 with Priscilla Cachoeira at plus 285. So damn wide lines, but almost deserving so for Jasudavicius. If Jasudavicius is to win by submission, that line sits at plus 375, whereas decision is minus 125. So sub way more juicy.
Breaking Bud, what's the glasses? What's with the glasses? Another black eye? Me and AJ ain't got no black eyes, brother. Come on, we don't get hit. I got head movement. AJ might, have to throw down every now and then, but we move our head, bro. No brain damage here. Never been knocked out in my life.
Let's go. Hey, I can second that. And I've been jumped.
And David Finn, glasses make you gangster, especially these glasses, David.
Yeah, we do. We got some stylish glasses, guys. We got some. Finch, he wants you to take your shirt off.
Take your shirt off again. Is that the, I'm kind of lean right now. Honestly,
Finch.
I'm a little bit, I got the,
let's see the frame.
The chest hair going
Look
on.
at this guy. He's a fucking barbarian.
Right I'm pretty lean right now.
Lean and mean Finch.
I'm crazy.
Finch, what's going? Finch is advertising his OnlyFans, guys. It's dropping this week. I started members. He started OnlyFans.
Thank you for the request. Did you pull that up so people actually see that he asked me that?
No, I didn't even bring it up, man. I didn't bring it up.
They just think you're making it up. I'm doing the rest of the show without the top.
That's fine. That's funny as fuck, Finch. That's fucking hilarious, man.
Listen, folks, Jasudavicius decision.
Jasudavicius decision, I think, is a great call. I'm on the same side. I'm laughing my ass off with shirtless fucking Finch. This is a great show, guys.
Gorilla. Yeah, definitely Gorilla. Come on, man.
Let's go.
This is the Finch DNA right here. That's looking like Finch Nurmagomedov. Yeah, need the ears.
You look like prime Pitbull Arlovsky with that fucking hair, my friend.
Come on, folks. Finch goat. I appreciate that.
Let's go.
Shave that into a V-neck. Yeah, like right here. Just bring it right down. Hey, the ladies like it. I mean, I'm not shaving. The ladies enjoy it. Ladies, my wife enjoys this. Good. Okay, so I don't need to shave it. No hair over here.
Listen, you don't need a shirt. You got a fucking full shirt on right now, bro. The chest hair is covering you up.
No back hair. It's just right there.
That's it. This is gonna be the
that's right from the other room.
That's fucking great. Gotta love it. Finch is a gem, guys. Let's keep running up. Next fight on the card is Yohan Lainesse versus Sam Patterson. My pick in this fight has got to be Yohan Lainesse. Patterson just got brutally chinned by a 45er, in all honesty. Ashmoose is not a large guy at 55, and Patterson got dropped brutally with one shot. Now, of course, he was cutting a ton of weight. Now he's at 70, right? And is it going to make a huge difference? I don't think he's packed on a ton of muscle size. I looked at his Instagram. He looks about the same. I think he's just not cutting that extra 15 pounds. Could increase durability, sure. But when you go muscle for muscle, Lainesse is stronger. I think the power advantage for Lainesse is so real. And even Patterson, he was knocked out, or not knocked, but he was rocked on Contender Series against Serhiy when he fought him. What was that, like over a year ago? So even though he won that fight, I think upper weight class, Lainesse is heavy-handed. He rocks people, and he's going to rock Patterson too.
Lainesse has heavy hands, and Patterson's moving up?
Yeah. Patterson's moving up. He's moving
up a weight class after getting KO'd against the guy with heavy hands. It's a bit of a questionable decision, folks. I don't know. You gotta like Lainesse here. You gotta think he puts it on him in Canada. And Patterson, it just seems like the wrong matchup for him right here.
Yeah, I agree. I think it is. I think they're giving him a guy with heavy hands when that's not optimal. Give him a grappler. See how he defends those takedowns and strike. Now you're giving him a guy who's known for dropping people. Lights out. KO Lainesse.
We're both on KO Lainesse. I like the pick, AJ. What are the odds? Hit me with the odds on this one.
Let me give you the odds, bro. They are sitting at minus 140 for Lainesse. Very playable. Plus 120 for Patterson with a Lainesse KO at plus 130.
Yeah, careful on the KOs. Although plus one, no, I like a straight money line here. That's an interesting bet on Lainesse. I'll look into it. I haven't logged into bet. It's been since December. I didn't bet on that last card. This week it's going down. I'm dusting off the. I'm going back in. I'm not going to tell you guys where I bet, but I'm going back in and I'm placing some bets. I'll look at Lainesse.
So listen, Finch. You know what? You should tell the people. Say, listen, Venmo Finch, and he'll drop you the fucking bets of the week.
Facts. At Mike Finch MMA. Please hit my Venmo.
Hit him up. Listen, at the end of the day, I think that's a good idea, bro. I'd mention it off the show. I was gonna say off air. Shit, if I'm doing members, you should be fucking dropping Mike Finch's bets of the week.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wear my Venmo right here all the time, and anybody who hits me up, you guys could get. You said OnlyFans since the top's off. No, I don't. I'm not gonna rock. I've literally never been on. Have you been on OnlyFans?
I haven't. I don't pay for.
Don't lie to the people, women. AJ.
I promise. Listen, I have a nice girl. Okay, I'm chilling right now. I'm doing good.
That's right.
So
That's right. Good for
I
you.
don't need OF, bro. I can see it in real life.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. That type of
Yeah,
content is free, folks. You shouldn't have
right.
to pay,
I guess it
right?
feels more personal though, right?
It's like a is that really what people that's not good. This is the bad part of the internet now,
I'm
you
starting
know?
OnlyFans next. That's my
If
next venture. Members only, then OnlyFans.
if you want it to feel more personal, you know what you should do? Get a girlfriend in real life. You know what I
That's
mean?
yeah,
It's not good, man. This
yeah,
stuff is not good for
yeah.
society.
That's funny as well. What about a stripper?
I mean, is that do you go to feel personal? I don't
You
know.
feel
Do
a
you
little
get
personal. She's
is it
riding
the
up
old
on you.
T-Pain song? I'm in love with a stripper. She
Stripper.
moves, she knows.
Yeah,
She on that pole. And I mean, is that really? I don't think
that's it.
that's the move. I feel like that's a bachelor party item.
That is. That is.
Maybe I'm
That is.
wrong. Maybe some of you guys are strip club guys.
Yeah.
Not me.
Listen, I went once and it was a nice experience
You
to
went
try
once.
it out. Had to
For
go.
sure.
I was in Vegas, bro. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
You remember what club?
No.
Don't even give them a shout, right? Most of them
No.
suck, right?
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Okay. Well, Vegas is probably the right spot for that type of activity, AJ.
Yeah.
Nice work. How are we
Listen,
talking about
crazy.
this? It's probably
I don't
my
know.
fault. We got Lainesse by KO.
Lainesse by KO. Let's keep running up. Next fight on the card, Gillian Robertson versus Polyana Viana. Listen, bro. What I'm thinking here is Gillian Robertson has a clear grappling advantage. If she sticks to a hard nose, pressure, wrestling, takedown, control game plan, she can beat the strike. I think she does beat Polyana Viana. I think she's live for a submission. I'm going to pick Robertson to win. But I will say, Viana is not easy to bully on the ground, though she was submitted by Lucindo last time out. She still went distance with Tabatha Ricci, and Robertson coming off of a loss to Tabatha Ricci, so, common opponent there. Robertson's got to stay heavy with the game plan of pressure grappling and stay on point. I think that Viana's striking is nasty for sure, but I will predict Gillian Robertson to win this fight. I think she gets it done. I think she can lock up a sub too.
Damn, this is a good fight though, right? Right? Isn't Polyana Viana a good test for Gillian Robertson? 100%. Are you that confident?
I'm not going out saying, I'm betting Robertson. Nah, I think I'm chilling on this one, bro.
Yeah, this is a tough one for me too. Yeah, my initial reaction was Robertson. Her record sucks, but she's good. She's low key. She's very skilled and gotten so much better. Like what growth she's shown in the UFC. So where she's at right now, I could imagine her winning a close decision here. But this has got split decision written all over it to me.
It does have split decision written all over it. So that's a scary bet. I think if Robertson gets that dominant position, she could lock up a sub. But throwing your fucking lunch money on it, it's not the most likely thing. Plus 155 for a sub by Robertson. The fight to go over 2.5 sits at plus 120. So if you think it's going long, you can get plus money by betting it to go distance. It's minus 250 Robertson, plus 210 for Viana, bro. Anything jumping out at you?
I think split decision jumps out at me. No, man. I would definitely chill on this fight. Look, Robertson's top game is pretty strong now. So if Robertson can get that takedown, I think Robertson could definitely run away with this thing. I like the way she passes half guard. I like the way she uses pins. She properly keeps women's shoulder on the canvas. Like she's doing fundamental grappling really well. That'll win in women's MMA at anything but the high level, even sometimes the high level, right? So, I do think Robertson could take this thing. It's just Polyana Viana is a real test. She's going to come at her. I could imagine sort of Robertson having trouble in the first and sort of weathering it and getting there in the second and third to top position. If Robertson gets on top, she scores that decision because she controls really well.
Yeah, I agree with that sentiment, my friend. We're on the exact same side.
Sentiment. Did you say sediment like a rock?
Sediment.
Sentiment.
Sentiment?
Sentiment, yes.
Oh
yes,
shit! I thought it was sediment with the D this whole time.
Sediment is like I heard that. I was like, sediment is like like gravel.
Sentiment.
Yeah,
I agree with that sentiment, Mike Finch. I agree with you, my friend. Let's keep running up. Next fight on the card: Sidey versus Ramon Taveras. A rematch. Okay, I don't need to see this one run back. I think that Sidey probably snipes him again. It was an early stoppage, sure. It was. Still was a clean knockdown in the first round, and who knows if that fight would have ended shortly thereafter. I think we could have gone in different directions with both men. but we're going to do a rematch. The UFC was adamant on running these two back. Taveras fought at the end of the Contender Series and had an absolutely sick KO of Cortavius Romeois. He knocked him out in 29 seconds. So we know Taveras has heavy hands. The thing is, Serhiy is not an easy guy to just walk down and crack. He's pretty technically sound. He sniped Taveras out before. I see a high possibility of him sniping him a second time.
Yeah, I agree with you here. I think Taveras missed weight last time too, so we'll keep our eyes out on that one. Let me know if I'm mistaken, but we'll keep one of these guys missed weight in the last fight. We'll keep our eyes out on that. I don't know. I don't know that they needed to run it back. I'm sure it'll be tough to score another win again after sort of getting that stoppage. Yeah, I'll double up with you on City, but definitely a fight I'm staying away from. AJ, there are such better bets on this card.
I agree, bro. It's like this one here, you're playing with fire. Both guys could crack. Taveras, even though, the chin has to be a little bit of a question mark, him getting dropped last time, and he does have another KO loss, he also has a fuckload of punching power. Plus 145, Taveras, minus 170 for Serhiy. The under 1.5 is plus 100. I think that's dangerous. Under 2.5 would probably go better. City by KO, plus 250. Taveras by KO, also plus 250. Yeah, not our favorite bets of the night on this one. No.
Not our favorite. Just get some popcorn and enjoy it. For Christmas, I got my wife R2-D2's head, and then it's like a popcorn bowl. Bust that out. Make yourself some nice popcorn and enjoy this one, folks.
Hey, Chad Cuba, did you watch my full card predictions? Go and watch it with the Jourdain Sean Woodson side. You need to watch it because you're probably going to feel damn good because maybe you got a little shout out. So make sure you fucking watch it after this if you didn't see it, because I didn't see it in the comments. So
you just made him leave the live right now. He's going right
out.
now.
Go watch it. Go watch it. You can come back with us. You can come back with us after. Let's keep running up, bro. Next fight on the card, we got Charles Jourdain versus the sniper, an absolute savage, Sean Woodson. Okay, so Mike, I initially, pre-studying anything, I'm like, okay, Jourdain probably beats him by a decision, touches him up on the feet. Then I dig into the fight. I'm like, okay, Woodson's got a 9-inch reach advantage. He's way taller. He's a very experienced Golden Gloves amateur boxer. He has good MMA boxing. He's a big dude that's hard to take down. Charles Jourdain does have submission wins, but I think he does better submitting people who engage him in the grappling department. Now I'm dealing with a crazy wingspan of a guy that can box. Jourdain, is he going to be kicking him up from the outside? There's going to be jabs and crosses right away for Woodson, even in kicking range for Jourdain with this type of range differential. Going Sean Woodson, upset decision, bro.
Ooh, I'm against you, AJ. I think Charles Jourdain is finding his groove, man. Charles Jourdain, black belt in jiu-jitsu too. Got to put that into account. I think he could backpack him. And on the feet, I think Charles Jourdain's pretty technical. I mean, he's had some issues in the UFC. Is he going to get stuck out there at range? He's got nice kicks. I don't know. I think he hangs with Woodson. I'm going Charles Jourdain, close decision. It's in Canada too. Only more reason to go Jourdain.
I think it's a hard fight in Canada, man. Woodson's going to have to overcome that Jourdain's going to have to overcome a big length difference, bro. And I think Woodson, too, he uses the length fairly well. And I don't think of Jourdain's offensive wrestling as a major strength, right? So with Woodson, if he does get into a rhythm on the feet, Jourdain caught striking. I think he gets caught on a lot of end of shots, but we shall see. Good fight nonetheless. Yes, Woodson's a dog, as I said. He's plus 145. Jourdain minus 170. This fight to go over 2.5 is minus 150. But we do have two good strikers, so some of these lights could definitely be shut off here.
Yeah, for sure. Woodson can definitely deliver that, but Charles Jourdain is technical enough to handle him. And come on, there's a little bit of crowd sway, right? Being in Canada, you got to start leaning. Mike Malott's gonna feel it. Everybody's gonna feel it who's repping. And Charles Jourdain seems to me to have the option of strangle as well. So I like Charles Jourdain in this fight, but an interesting one. I like your dog pick. You're going for. I appreciate the dog pick, AJ.
Hey, listen, I saw an opportunity. I got to ride with it. We'll see what happens when the cage door closes. Nonetheless, I think we got a pretty fun fight in store either way.
Yes, sir.
Let's keep running up. Next fight, the featured prelim of the night. It's Brad Katona versus Garrett Armfield. I got to pick Brad Katona to have a superior fight IQ than being able to outpoint Armfield. But there is a big statistic that really jumps out. It's Armfield is going to have a 5.5-inch reach advantage, but both of these guys are 5'6". That's crazy. But the thing is this, Katona is used to having a disadvantage in reach. He has a 64.5-inch reach. That's incredibly short. He's used to having to close the gap on guys with more range than him. Even though Armfield has the longer reach, he is not one of these A-tier boxers who uses this distance management to an extremely high degree. So I think Katona does find strikes here. I think he can also find takedowns, and I think he wins a decision. 2-time Ultimate Fighter winner. He's going to win this one.
Yeah, Brad Katona is kind of grown on us, right? I mean, Brad Katona, a vet, technical. I like how he had to go through the Ultimate Fighter again. He's a dork for sure. And he kind of throws looping shots. I don't know that that's good against a guy with wings for arms. Funny that arm is in his last name too, but I could see Brad Katona closing the distance on him, working him in the clinch against the fence, just being an MMA fighter in this one. Brad Katona is very well conditioned too, very strong guy and a vet, and he's in his freaking prime right now. So give me the jacked nerd. Give me Brad Katona as well. I think he looks good in Canada.
I agree, bro. I'm going with the jack nerd. The odds for it, Katona's a -178 favorite. Armfield +153 with the over 2.5 at -172. I do think it goes over. I'm picking Katona by decision. That's +115. I do think he should be able to pull it off. I mean, if you add his Ultimate Fighter wins, the dude is 17-3 as a pro.
Hit me with that again.
If you add his 4 wins from the Ultimate Fighter, I mean, he's 17-3. The dude's got a fuckload of experience. He's fought good opposition.
And you fight good opposition in that Ultimate Fighter house,
right.
You know? So yeah, for sure. You gotta give some respect to Katona. Yeah, he looks good. He looks good. And he's the type of guy who comes out and wins that 3rd round. Brad Katona is the type of guy who digs deep. So mentally, and then also physically, he's just in great shape. And his skills are pretty much there. The one thing I don't like in a matchup where he has a reach disadvantage is he likes to loop his shit. He's got to be technical in this one. I'll bet he is enough.
I think so. We're riding the same side. Katona for the W. Let's keep running up. Let's get to the main card. If you guys haven't yet, make sure you smash that like button. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. We got Arnold Allen versus Movsar Evloev. I got to stick with the undefeated, bro. I'm going Movsar by a decision in this fight. I do think Arnold Allen is a stern test. He's got heavy hands. He's athletic. He's a quality striker. I think Evloev's going to be pretty game with the kickboxing, and I can even see him timing some takedowns. I feel as though people are writing Evloev off after a win against Diego Lopez. Diego Lopez is a great prospect, and Evloev nonetheless beat him, and it was on very short notice when we essentially had minimal ideas of the capabilities that Lopez had on the ground, and Evloev still was able to pull off a competitive W. I think Evloev's a quality fighter, man. I think he finds ways to win in hard matchups, and I'm picking him to take Allen on the cards.
I'm going with Allen. I think Allen's a phenomenal striker. I like how he has lateral movement. I like how he knows how to put a high output out. Yes, he got his face boxed off by the former champ, but Allen is a beast, and I really think that he's a much better striker than Movsar Evloev. And yes, you know, Evloev, Dagestan wrestling, I understand it's going to be a problem, but it's a problem when you stand in front of him. Brendan Allen is a very mobile striker, so I think he touches and moves, and it'll accumulate on him. And he will get taken down at some point. I mean, I could imagine him having some trouble on his back. It's definitely a fight, but is Allen dog money?
Allen is a dog. Current odds for the fight have him at +165.
Come on, folks. +165 for a guy who looked at one point like he was going to be next up for a title shot. Don't write Allen off yet. The kid's a beast. I think he shows out. It's going to be a good fight. I love this matchup. I would love to see this fight live. This will be very high level. Give me Allen in a damn good fight. He has to defend takedowns. He cannot be getting his kicks caught and standing in front of Evloev. He can't be caught on that fence. You have to tell Allen, if you're in his corner, that fence is electric. You have to keep your back off of it. You have to take the center of the cage. But a good thing here is they are fighting in that big cage. They're not at the apex in that phone booth. I think Allen's going to use that to his advantage. Move left, move right after he strikes, and get 2 out of 3 rounds here. Allen, the dog, by decision.
I respect Finch going dog in this one. I'm going with the favorite. Movsar at -190. And over 2.5, I think, is high likely, though. I think it's going distance for sure. -340 for that decision.
West Coast is trying to tell me to put my shirt on. We have 0 donos today. I think 0 donos. Give me a Michael Bowman level dono. Shirt goes back on. Yeah, all right. Other than that, all right. I'm a free man over here in the United States. It's shirt off today. Okay. I'm in shape. I'm in shape right now. So we're gonna show off the chest hair today.
Drop a little dono for the Finch, man, guys. Come on. We doubled down some locks. Show some love, man. Especially Bowman. We haven't seen him in the chat. I DM'd him. I talked to him, but I haven't seen him, bro.
Is that right? I'm glad you DM'd him. That's really cool. Bowman's part of the family. All right. Bowman's on the payroll, man. We love Bowman.
We love him, bro. We love him. Listen, let's keep running up the card. Let's get to our next fight on it. We have Chris Curtis, almost said Curtis Blades. I was this close, man. I was this close. Versus Marc-Andre Barriault. This is my against the grain pick. I'm taking Marc-Andre Barriault. I think he makes this a dirty and nasty fight in the Muay Thai distance, avoids Chris Curtis's best punches, and wins a grimy decision.
Damn. Grimy. That is a Marc-Andre Barriault fight, right? Marc-Andre Barriault will get tagged up a little bit. It'll be tough, and he just digs deeper. He just throws more shots. He wants to drag you into those deep waters and drown you. I like Marc-Andre Barriault too, but Chris Curtis, man, I feel like in this matchup, Chris Curtis's boxing is going to look good. That shoulder roll he uses is going to work good. I kind of like this matchup for him. Marc-Andre Barriault throws so many shots that he will be available for a counter punch, which is Chris Curtis's sort of best toys, right? Is that you missing, he'll bounce the shots off. He'll bounce the shots off the shoulder, and then he'll come back with his own, right? He stays tight like this in that Philly shell. He'll be able to roll and hit back. I think boxing-wise, this is a great matchup for Chris Curtis, and Marc-Andre Barriault has that nasty cardio. Luckily, it's not a 5-round fight, right? We're only going 3. And then, Chris Curtis is pretty reserved. So you'll see a big difference in output, but I think you'll also see a big difference in when Chris Curtis hits him, the consequences will be a lot higher. I do like that Chris Curtis was out there, that Johnny Eblen came out to train with Chris Curtis and Sean Strickland before this. And I'll definitely be trying to hit Johnny Eblen up to score an interview later this week. We thought about getting him on today, but it would be short notice. Johnny Eblen's been there in Vegas training with these guys. Come on, man. If you're in the cage with Johnny Eblen, Marc-Andre Barriault's a real step down. I think Chris Curtis looks good. I think he wins this fight. Another decision, though, because Marc-Andre Barriault's as tough as they come.
I agree. I think it's going long. The Bob with the 199. Hard to take picks from a guy who lost his shirt.
First of all, I didn't lose the shirt. It's right here. Okay. Secondly, the reason why it's gone is because the chat's request. So make up your fucking minds, guys. Okay. I thought you folks could be on the same page. All right. And that was not a request to put it back on either. So it's staying off, Bob. We appreciate your $2. Thank you. Much love.
Let's go. All right. Odds for this fight. Barriault is +165, the dog, with Curtis as a -190 favorite. Over 2.5 sits at -155. I do think we're probably going longer.
Yeah, we could be going longer. Jeff Bruno, decent take here. I don't like that Chris Curtis expects his opponent to come forward and play his game. And if they don't, he whines about it. Having said that, Curtis's boxing is much better. I think Marc-Andre Barriault kind of fits the bill, though, right, Bruno? Right, Bruno? I feel like Barriault's going to walk right into the trap. AJ, I'm on the other side with this one. Decision, though, yeah.
I'm excited to see how these play out because there's some flips that we're on opposite sides of, and there's just some fights that could essentially go either way. It's going to be a really interesting card when it all gets played out, man. I'm looking forward to watching. Looking forward to sweeping the card undefeated. Let's go.
Genuinely looking forward to Saturday. I've heard some people talk about Sean Strickland as the champ. It's not going to sell big pay-per-views. As a diehard fan, like I know all you folks are tuning in, I'm excited.
I'm excited, bro. We have to be. Let's go.
Yeah,
let's keep running up, Finch. Next fight on the card. It brings us to our featured bout of the night. It's Neil Magny versus Mike Malott. I think that this is Mike Malott showcase opportunity in Canada. Right now, he's one of the bigger prospects coming out of Canada, looking to turn the corner and become, contenders, welterweight especially. And there's a lot of savages at welterweight on the come up. I think right now that division's got some real prospects to watch. Mike Malott's well-rounded. He has a very dangerous grappling game. I'm picking him to beat Neil Magny by submission. Now, we've seen guys fumble with Neil in the past before, and obviously, as of late, he's been taking some L's, but he's still able to win a lot of fights. But what I don't like is the Phil Rose split decision. I think Magny looked a little there, and then Ian Gary dominates him for 3 rounds and beats him up, and I think Mike Malott here submits him.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a total mismatch at this point. Neil Magny at the end, Mike Malott in his prime. Again, this is the Canada boy. They're going to be loud when Mike Malott walks out, especially since they don't have a lot to look forward to in the main and co-main as far as Canadians go, right? You're talking about Sean Strickland, Dricus du Plessis, and then a Brazilian fighting an American for the women's title. So this fight is where they're going to, hopefully they're drunk at this time and they're able to have a lot of fun when Mike Malott's walking out. Mike Malott's good. I do think he gets the better of Neil Magny. Does he finish him? You think submission? Kind of hard to submit Neil Magny, right?
I mean, two good grapplers have done it recently, being Shavkat and Burns, granted both top caliber. If Malott follows suit and is able to win by submission, I think that's a major win for his career.
Yeah, I could, man. That's tough. Yeah, Mike Malott's definitely a problem. 32 years old. He's in his prime right now. He has been submitting folks too. Arm triangle over Yohan Lainesse, guillotine over Adam Fugit. It's a little bit of a step up. I see what you're saying with submission, though. Maybe I could sprinkle submission in there. I feel like Mike Malott could ground and pound too. He'll look for a finish because the crowd's going to go nuts when he's on top. So yeah, maybe I'll mix it up and say ground and pound because Neil Magny's going to be good on the submission defense, but I could see submission too. I like the call, AJ. You're almost convincing me on air right now. Maybe submission is the way to go.
Let's go, my guy. Listen, as far as the money line, you're not getting anything. -400 Malott, +300 Magny. Subline sits at +125 for Mike Malott, and a Malott decision is actually at +325.
Yeah, +325 is a little wide. Yeah. A little wide. So could be a parlay piece.
Yeah. I think Malott's a big favorite at the end of the day.
Yeah. If you're going to bet Malott, if I bet Malott, which I might, it'll be in a parlay.
Parlay. It has to be at that line. Big boy, big favorite. Listen, good fight and an opportunity for Malott to really burst onto the scene at the highest caliber. And I will predict, and Finch will predict, that he does.
I mean, yes, I think this is going to be a staple highlight for him, a staple performance for him. And they didn't give him some insane fight. Neil Magny's, on the downward slope. Shout out to Neil Magny. I always tell you folks, I've done commentary with him. He's a really good guy. Appreciate him. This is a matchup that clearly, there's a reason why he's a 3-1 dog.
Yeah, I think so. Let's go. Let's keep running. Co-main event, championship on the line. The vacant women's bantamweight championship. Raquel Pennington versus Mayra Bueno Silva. Take 5 thumbs shot. We're going Bueno Silva. We're going Bueno Silva. I'm gonna pick her. I'm gonna say the belt stays with Brazil. I think she can win by sub. She's a more dangerous fighter. But Raquel's pretty well-rounded. She's a good generalist. And there's a chance Raquel is strong in the clinch, pressures Bueno Silva, strikes with her, and, she ends up winning kind of a decision. I'm going to say Bueno Silva locks up a sub, though. I mean, she strangled Holly Holm, even though it got overturned. She still pulled it off. It's one of those fights, man, where it's like Bueno Silva looks like she could become the champion. And Pennington's been around forever, though. Can you imagine Pennington gets the strap?
I mean, would it not be storybook? I know the UFC loves Raquel Pennington. That was a big win against Ketlen Vieira in her last fight. I mean, I got a lot of respect for Ketlen, another woman who's been on top, big wins for Ketlen Vieira. She has obviously also beaten Holly Holm. So, doing your MMA math, never do that, but doing your MMA math, these women are both up there and have wins over real fighters. So, it's a really good fight. Mayra Bueno Silva tested positive for steroids?
Nah, it was some type of ADHD medication, I believe.
Oh, well, that's different. That's
Yeah.
different. Come on.
Yeah,
That's different.
not the same.
Yeah, it's good to have a little Asperger's or a little, I don't know much about this
ADHD,
stuff.
something. Little
Yeah,
Adderall.
yeah, maybe, hyperactive. Good. It's good
Yeah.
that you're hyperactive. You're a cage fighter. I got Mayra Bueno Silva as well. I watched MMA Guru show, and he did not know what Mayra Bueno Silva submitted Holly Holm with. Guru, this is for you. That is a ninja choke. A ninja choke is when you line your elbow up with the person's Adam's apple. I don't think women have Adam's apples, right? So chin, I guess I should say. And once you bring that arm all the way up there, you slide your secondary arm over the top. That creates 3 points of leverage. Your primary arm, your secondary arm, and then bringing your hips in to cut that head off. It is a great strangle, and she used that ninja choke to finish Holly Holm. That ninja choke is super nasty. You trap the head in your sternum, and I do think that she's live to do that against Rocky Pennington too, because Holly Holm is not a, wrestler anyway. She was just pushing her into the fence. And Raquel Pennington likes to clinch a lot. Raquel Pennington needs to box Mayra Bueno Silva. She honestly does have a pathway to the title. It's pretty crazy, honestly, that this is a title fight, right? I mean, we went from Holly Holm, Ronda Rousey, Amanda Nunes, and now it's Raquel Pennington versus Mayra Bueno Silva. Obviously, they're not superstars, but they're good. And I think Mayra Bueno Silva, amazingly, like who would have thought this a year or two ago, is going to be the champ.
Yeah, I think she pulls it off too. And Finch, you said women can't have Adam's apple. I mean, 2024, they can have chest hair, beards, deeper voices than ours.
Shit. AJ hit me with, I do live in California. Okay. I've seen some shit.
You've
all right.
seen some real shit.
Listen, how dare you, AJ?
We're on the same side with Bueno Silva. I do think she pulls it off. I'm going to say she's got a good chance of subbing it up here, but hard fight nonetheless. It's minus 150 for Bueno Silva with Pennington at plus 130. And then looking at submission win for Bueno Silva, that's sitting at plus 165. But I don't love it.
I don't love betting on this one, guys. But Mayra Bueno Silva, just more ways to win. I mean, they got to go 5 rounds. It's a long time to be in there with a real submission threat, a real finisher like Mayra Bueno Silva. Rocky Pennington probably tries to box to a decision. Maybe it works. Maybe Rocky starts letting her freaking hands go, but sometimes she has trouble doing that. And over a 5-round fight, I can imagine her being a little too off the trigger. So if Pennington had a little more power, I'd like it. But remember that Ketlen Vieira fight was razor thin. It was.
I thought she lost it. I thought she lost it on my scorecard. I thought she went the other way.
Yeah, facts. I mean, you could definitely score that for Ketlen Vieira, and I honestly kind of would like a Ketlen Vieira versus Bueno Silva. But it's cool that Rocky's getting the shot. I mean, when else would she get it? It's like It's the same thing that happened with like Michael Bisping. It's like, holy shit, Michael Bisping needs a freaking title shot, and then he wins it. So you never know. We're going Mayra Bueno Silva. I think we're both on submission, right?
Yeah, we're both calling sub. I'll tell you this though. This is concerning for the bantamweight division, man. Like if Raquel Pennington is to win, it puts the division in a hard spot because we've had Amanda Nunes reigning at the top for years. That's a woman who can main event cards, that can main event a pay-per-view. And we've seen that in Canada a lot. With Pennington, Bueno Silva even a little bit more difficult. I think Bueno Silva really's got to go out there and look impressive to be able to sell her own cards. I think even then it will take a couple. I don't know. Is there a star on the come up at bantamweight? I feel like women's flyweight's on fire. Women's straw is A1. But the issue is with women's bantamweight, we don't have that next female star. We've always had somebody from the Holly Holmes to the Rouseys to the Misha Tates to the Nuneses. Juliana Pena is probably next in line.
Yeah, I'm scrolling to it right now. Women's bantamweight.
What do we got? Anybody in the top 15?
We got Juliana Pena, number 1, Rocky Pennington, Mayra Bueno Silva, and then right away, Ketlen Vieira, Irene Aldana, Holly Holm, the usual suspects. Pani Kinzad, I messed that up.
Pani, yeah.
Pani, Yana Santos, Carol Rosa, Misha Tate, Macy Chiasson. Now we're down to Norma Dumont. You know, so it ain't deep, folks.
No.
It ain't super deep. It's not the best women's division. I do think that Wei Li rules the best women's division right now.
I agree. Yeah, unfortunately, women's bantamweight, we need somebody to burst out onto the scene with some star power. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping it comes, man, because it's always been a division that's had like a popular female champion.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they need it back, you know? Hey, Ollie Point V TV supporting the Iron Knee. Is that you? That's you?
Me.
You threw that flying knee? Okay.
The Iron Knee,
and
baby.
The Finch Man. I appreciate that. The Finch Man. People have been calling me that my whole life. How do you guys link up? Like, they didn't communicate with my high school friends. How did the Finch Man? Finch Man just works, I guess.
It just, dude, I started calling you it. Nobody told me. I said, yo, Finch Man.
I've been hearing that a long time.
That's great.
Finch Bear from multiple people.
Finch
Man. I don't get it. I have a list of nicknames, and I don't know if Finch Man's in there, but I'm going to add it, Ali. Thank you.
Finch Man's a good nickname, bro. Listen, co-main event going down. We're both saying that Bueno Silva is going to get the crown. It's time to get to the main event. If you guys have not yet, smash the likes. If you're new, subscribe. Moneyline Mondays on the way. We got Sean Strickland versus Dricus du Plessis for the middleweight championship. Mike Finch, my pick on this fight is Sean Strickland and still. Something about Dricus du Plessis is I think he is very open down the center line, and Sean Strickland being a very good MMA boxer, I see finding success with straight shots, and I do think he busts up du Plessis' nose a lot, which could be a factor heading into the later stages, second round, third round, fourth round. Strickland, I think, can really kind of accumulate a lot of damage by, his volume-based striking style. Now, I know a lot of people see du Plessis run him over. He's going to blitz him and come out real strong. But Strickland is not a guy that's easily to bully in the cage. He's well-rounded. He has a very quality grappling game. I don't think du Plessis is going to have great success shooting takedowns. And when we're looking at striking, I think Strickland's hands are faster. Now, du Plessis, one-punch power, probably a bit harder. Now, note something. Brad Taveras gave Dricus du Plessis a very difficult fight some years ago. He is an extreme couture fighter as well. Not trying to make the exact correlation that everything is about the camp, but there is a factor there. Is I don't think Strickland's getting bullied by du Plessis, as a lot of people seem to be saying. I think Sean Strickland is able to evade the blitzes and even put pressure on du Plessis, and I think he finds a lot of shots, wearing him down, and I think he is live for like a later knockout in the fight, especially with the style that du Plessis is fighting, kill or be killed. I expect this thing to end inside distance, and I'm calling Sean Strickland third round knockout and still champion of the world.
I'm going Sean Strickland too. I know some of you folks wanted to hear me say Dricus du Plessis. I've seen you people out there saying this is a steal to get Dricus at plus money. Dricus is going to walk him down and beat his ass. I think Dricus du Plessis is now officially overrated. I think Rob Whittaker, I believe what he said in the press conference. He was just fighting that one for money. I'm paraphrasing, folks. I'm exaggerating. Don't yell at me. But he did mention, he needed a check, and he got a check, but he got an L as well, and kind of melted to Dricus du Plessis. And did I see a look of a little bit of surprise on Dricus du Plessis' face when he finally got Rob Whittaker to concede? So Dricus du Plessis has a tall task on his hands here, because he's got a true 5-round fighter. And Dricus du Plessis, physically, he does have good cardio. I mean, shout out to him. But physically, carrying all that muscle just cannot have the same type of output as a Sean Strickland. He's not a wrestler. I know he took down Darren Till. Who doesn't take down Darren Till? What are we talking about? Right. Dricus du Plessis is probably going to have a lot of trouble with the black belt in jiu-jitsu, Sean Strickland. Would this be a good time for Sean Strickland to bring out the black belt and show us a strangle? Yes, it would. And again, I really like that they brought Johnny Eblen out. Johnny Eblen is a great test. He's not quite Dricus du Plessis, but he's better, I think, and in some key ways. And I do think that Dricus du Plessis is going to fade over 5 with a Sean Strickland. He's never had to deal with this type of output. And you're dealing with champ Sean Strickland, so he's on point. Sean Strickland was gifted a new gun this week. He's on cloud 9, folks. We got to think Sean Strickland is able to get this thing going. A huge piece of this fight is going to be who is moving forward. Both of these guys like to fight on the front foot. You know what that means? They're going to throw down, folks. I think they're going to have themselves a nice first round where Sean Strickland is going to be the one who has to concede a little bit of that. But eventually, Sean Strickland starts walking you down. He's done so many thousands of hours of sparring that he knows how to turn tides and rounds. You saw him do it against Adesanya. He can back up a little bit and then just fucking pressure you for the rest of the fight. I think that's what he'll do. I do think he starts turning the tide on Dricus, and once he gets some momentum, he doesn't give it back to Dricus. I think he uses his boxing, which is clearly improved since the Pereira loss, and he's just on one right now. It's a good fight. It's a good matchup. These are not the best middleweights of all time, but this is a fun fight. It's the right fight. And although neither of them are Canadian, I guarantee you that crowd's going to be super loud when they walk out. There's a lot of Sean Strickland fans out here. I think he's feeling it, and I think he's putting that into his confidence. It's a part of the Sean Strickland aura that you have to defeat in there now. When that guy's walking forward, throwing those push kicks, snapping that jab out there at you, it looks simple, but it's going to be hard to deal with. Sean Strickland gets this over 5 rounds. Give me 4 out of 5 rounds for Sean.
4 out of 5 rounds for Sean is something I respect a lot. I think going distance is possible. Now, let's talk betting. Odds for the fight. Sean Strickland is the favorite at -140 to Dricus du Plessis at +120 as the dog. Close odds. Close fight. How do you feel about the betting lines?
They about represent what the fight looks like. I mean, I could see why. Dricus du Plessis is perhaps the biggest middleweight I've ever seen, which is insane since we've had middleweight Paulo Costa. When I met Paulo Costa, I thought that was a heavyweight. I've met Mike Tyson. He's way bigger than Mike Tyson. Smoked a joint with Mike Tyson. He's way bigger than Mike Tyson. Okay. He is, enormous. And I feel like Dricus du Plessis, same type of character. Like how does this guy make 185? It makes no sense to me. If he's cutting that much weight, is it going to affect him in 4 and 5? Perhaps. We haven't seen it. I know Sean Strickland could go 5 rounds. He's done it a couple times now, right? That A-Bus fight was booked for 5. Like he's done these camps for 5 rounds. I think Sean Strickland is going to be on one, dude. Yeah, but Dricus du Plessis is legit. I think that the lines are about right.
I think the lines are about right. Listen, bro, I think it's possible for Strickland to even stop him with the barrage, but looking at over 2.5 +120, Strickland by KO +180, Strickland by decision +315.
Strickland by decision +315 is interesting because Dricus is going to be hard to finish. He would really have to gas him out to finish him, right? Dricus is tough. Mentally, you got to give it to Dricus. I mean, he breaks people. He's very tough, but a little clumsy. Am I wrong for saying that?
He is clumsy. No, he's a little clumsy. His footwork is a little iffy. He's clunky even in the way that he moves. Yeah.
Yes, and Sean should just be able to pop, hit him with that, right? High behind the shoulder. I mean, he's training with Chris Curtis. They're on the same card. They got to love that. The boys getting ready together. Similar Philly shell style. I like Sean Strickland here, man. I think this matchup works for him. Not every matchup does. I've picked against Sean Strickland. I like him here.
I do too, Mike. We're on the same side for the main event. We're going Team Strickland to get it done at 297. I'm excited, bro. I'm excited to see what the hell happens. We got Finch grappling earlier in the day too, so let's fucking go. Let's go, Finch.
Hell yeah.
You know who it is that you're grappling against?
Bro, I have like 30-something people in my division or something. It's just gonna be insanity. So no,
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna look any of them up. I'm just gonna go out there. ADCC, my first ADCC. I've noticed everybody else in the division, they got 30 grappling matches in 2023. I'm coming off the couch. I'm knocking the dust off. So I'm gonna start right at the top. I'm going right into the playoffs. No regular season at ADCC. I'm just going to have some fun. You guys will see me grappling a few times this week. I've been at Art of Jiu-Jitsu training my butt off. It's just fun to get back into it. I'm in my prime. I'm 31. Why not get on the mat a little bit? So I'm not even putting pressure on myself, bro. I'm not studying my opponents. I'm going to go out there and have some fun.
Let's go, Finch. Listen, I'm excited for you. We obviously rooting hard for you, and we're excited to hear how it all goes down. But you know what I'm even more excited about?
The locks and the parlays.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get the lock started up. Lock of the week for UFC 297. Finch and I gonna drop the locks. Listen, right now I'm on a 3-lock streak. I'm confident heading into this card. Finch, man, cashed it last week too. We both were on Jim Miller. What are we thinking this week as the lock?
Man, you're gonna hate this shit.
What are you going for?
You're gonna hate this shit. You're going to hate this shit. I'm going against Dagestan, bro. I'm going Arnold Allen. Arnold Allen at plus money. You're going to give me plus money for this extremely talented striker, much better at striking than Evloev. And I do believe he tags him up. I think he's going to do it. Could he get controlled? Yes. Don't hate it. Don't bet your house. Stay in the house. The housing is too damn expensive anyway. Quit trying to bet your house, folks. Be responsible. But I'm locking Arnold Allen at plus money. I like it.
I think that you're onto some. Allen currently sitting at plus 165. I think there's a real good chance that he comes through for you, my friend.
Come on.
I think so.
Dude. Arnold Allen is now underrated, and it's crazy to see. This guy is one of the best fighters in the world. I know we got boxed up, but this is a totally different type of matchup. I have not seen him. I think he's going to show off his takedown defense. This guy's a real well-rounded fighter. His kicks are tremendous, and I think he's going to very, very heavily outstrike Movsar. It's going to be absolutely up to the takedowns. If Movsar can't hit these takedowns, I think he's getting teed up.
I respect it, Finch. So I'm going to let you guys know a little bit of my thought process. I had my lock decided between 2 fighters heading into this show. One of them a prelim fighter, one of them a main card fighter. You know what? I don't want to risk it on a prelim guy who's 1-2 in the UFC. That call was going to be Yohan Lainesse. That's a good pick. I'm feeling good about that. That'll probably be in my most confident pick. So there's a sneak peek. I'm locking Sean Strickland. I'm going for Ann Still. It's the main event. I have to do it. I just feel it inside, man. I feel it inside. I said to myself, would I be more upset with Sean Strickland if I didn't call him the lock and then Lainesse ends up losing? Yeah, I would. I'd be pissed. As if the contrary happened, it's part of the game. But nah, we're going Sean Strickland. I'm doing it, guys. I'm going for Sean Strickland. I'm going and still champion. I'm bringing heat with the lock of the week. I have to double down on my main event call. I think he exposes Drake as I see too many striking openings, and I'm riding with it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Savage mode.
Sean Strickland, the champion of the world, and we're both picking him, and AJ's locking him in his first title defense. What is life? What is going on?
I don't know. I didn't expect Sean Strickland to be world champ, and now I'm picking him in a defense too.
I love it, man. Sean Strickland is on top of his game right now, mentally, physically, and you know, I didn't love him crying on Theo Von's show. What the heck was that? You're going to go on a comedian's podcast and cry about your, I know. Look, I had a rough childhood too. Okay. I didn't get like raped. I don't know what happened. I have no idea. I don't know what I'm talking about. All I know is I'm scrolling through Instagram and I see Sean Strickland crying and Theo Von's like, I'm a comedian, bro. Like we were on here to make dick jokes. Like, I don't know why you're crying. You know, it was strange. So if Sean Strickland's in the right headspace this week, hopefully he is, he will win. There's a little bit of emotion behind this fight though, right, AJ? It's personal for Sean Strickland. I must say those abs are popping through, man. He's in shape for it. You got to think that his confidence in his fighting ability is at an all-time high. That's why I'm picking him. His emotional stability, questionable.
Listen, you know what? A few tears will lead him to better success. I'm going with him, bro. I'm going with Sean Strickland this week's lock. Let's do it, bro. We got good locks. Finch on Allen. I'm on Strickland. It's time for Finch's favorite section of all time, the Parlay King himself. Let's get to the parlays.
All the competition that try to compete, stand back, watch the bomb drop.
Parlay time. Open up your wallets and let's bet on some fist fights. Mike Finch, the Parlay King himself. I know you've concocted something with some magic this week, so give us your recipe, my friend.
Mike Malott has got to be in the parlay, folks. Mike Malott is an absolute beast. I mean, he should definitely steamroll our guy Neil Magny, and big respect to Neil Magny. Sorry that I'm putting it like that, Neil. But I don't even think you watch the show. I don't know. We're friends on Facebook, not Instagram. I posted on Instagram, so don't check my story on Facebook. Please don't watch this show, Neil. I love you. Mike Malott is going to dominate, and there's a couple nice picks here. I must say that I'm looking at Chris Curtis, but it seems to me that Jasudavicius is a real lock here. So Mike Malott and Jasudavicius, those are probably the two most confident calls on the card. If you feel like sweetening it up, you feel like taking a little risk, you throw a Chris Curtis in there. Official lock. Give me Mike Malott, Jasudavicius.
I like that call. You're sitting around minus 140 with Mike is money too. And then if you had Curtis, it's plus 165. I am going to ride with Yohan Lainesse. Okay. I'm going to put him in my lineup. He's a decent play. I think he's got a high chance of winning. Jasudavicius, I think, is also a quality call with Mike Malott, but I'm going to add just a tiny bit more steam. I'm going to play the over in the Katona and Armfield fight. Let me quickly get this line. Minus 170. Look at that. And boom. We're sitting at around plus 365 for Lainesse, Jasudavicius, Malott, and over in the Katona Armfield fight. I'm riding with a 4-peat, baby. Bringing big 4.
Dang, a 4-piece. Let's go.
Let's go.
I like it, man. Good for you, AJ. AJ's got some picks on this card. You see that, guys? He's
dropping some heat. Listen, I'm giving it my fucking swing for the fences. Let's get a fucking knockout.
It's hard to hit 4, right? But if the confidence is high, it's there.
Let's do. I have to do it. I gotta ride with it. I got to. Let's go. We got this shit. I'm excited, Finch. I think we got a fun card on the way, man.
I think so too. Super excited for this one. It feels like a month since we've had. I know we had fights on Saturday.
Yeah.
But come on, folks. This is the first time where I'm going to get a little nervous when they're walking out, right? Yeah. We want some good fist fights. We're glad the UFC's bringing it to us. Super excited for a pay-per-view.
I'm excited for a pay-per-view. I bought the pay-per-view already. I got $10 off because I bought it on Sunday. So strategy. If you guys are interested, go on the ESPN Plus app on Sunday if you're actually going to buy the pay-per-views, and they give me a $10 discount, bro. Maybe it's because the first of the year, but I got an early discount. I was hype as fuck.
Okay. I didn't know that was a thing, and so thank you for telling me that. I am running UFC Jim Rosemead where we put it on this huge projector. So it's going to be, I'll be over there hanging with the guys. We're going to watch the fights. They got a wing place that comes in and all that. So they, with wings, I'll be done grappling. I'll be exhausted. My ankle will be broken. I'll be there just watching the fights. It'll be phenomenal. So I'll be at UFC Jim Rosemead. Come holla at your boy.
Let's go, guys. Anybody in the area, go say what's up to Finch.
Thank you, Ben. Yes, free the nip for sure. Free the nip.
Let's go, Finch. Flexing the physique. Finch is competing on grappling. He's doing his thing. Listen, guys, give Finch a follow at Mike Finch MMA, and send this guy a fucking Venmo, and he'll drop you some banger bets. Listen, I think it's a good idea.
You really are going to make me make an OnlyFans. Listen, folks, I like betting on fights myself. So yeah, if you want some advice, I'll be happy to give it to you. I like that AJ's starting a members thing. So you guys are telling me OnlyFans. AJ's the one with the members only deal going on. What are you talking about?
I am the OnlyFans, baby. Let's go. I'll be doing nude live streams.
I'm out, bro. I'm out. Peace, guys.
Let's go, man. It's going to be good. I'm excited, guys. So keep your eyes locked in on the channel. Make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't, and smash the likes here. Moneyline every Monday, 11 p.m. Eastern time. Finch and I bring in the absolute heat. We got an off week from UFC next week. I don't know. We got to see how we can concoct some magic. I don't know if any fighters. I don't know. We'll see. I tried to hit up Andre Feely after his last win, but he never hit me back.
Andre Feely. Okay, got you. Yeah, maybe we'll talk. Maybe we'll get a fighter in. We'll look at that. Maybe we'll get a fighter interview. That'd be fun.
We got to get somebody. We got to do something fun next week, I think.
Yeah. I got Eric Nixick on speed dial. I mean, maybe after this fight. I don't know. We'll
I would love that. I would be a high choice for me. We get Sean Strickland's coach after he defends the belt. Let's do it.
Okay, we're going to look at this.
Let's do it. Let's go. Guys, we appreciate you all. Much love. And yeah, don't forget to follow Finn. She's grappling this weekend. Make sure to wish him some good luck.
Mike Finch MMA, Instagram, at Mike Finch on YouTube. I'll make sure I'll let the folks know how to watch. ADCC, folks, this is as good as it gets. We'll have some fun. Maybe I'll even grab an interview. If Gordon Ryan's there, I'm just going to be like, hey, can you hold the phone? I'm going to interview this guy real quick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
John Donaher, Gordon Ryan. I know Andre Galvao should be there because the Atos guys are there. I don't know if you guys are grappling fans at all, but there's a lot of, phenomenal world-class grapplers who live in Southern California who will be there. We'll try to do a little content for y'all. Okay. Peace, everybody.
Have a great one, guys. We'll see you soon.